it occurred to me a while ago that I have a lot of more beginner practitioners in my videos section, like my comment section and all that stuff. And I have a lot of people who are new to occultism watching me. So I wanted to take a moment and kind of really just do a video kind of exemplifying the phrase that the master has failed more times than the novice has even attempted. Now, I am by no means a master. I am an amateur magus at best. But I wanted to talk about some of the magical mishaps that I've personally had. Some that are funny. Some I'm kind of still reeling about. Some that are just kind of like, I didn't care then, I don't care now. But they do count, right? So that's what we're going to do today. Today we're going to cover a couple of my favorite magical mishap stories. We're going to start with a very simple one. Long time ago, I wanted to learn how to do stocks. So I made a sigil for having somebody teach me how to do stocks. And it manifested. I did get invited to have a actual, stockbroker that works at a bank teach me how to invest free of charge just because I reminded him of me. It was literally you remind me of me when I was younger. I want to teach you how to do this thing because, I want to teach you the skills that I didn't have. And he gave me his number. I never called him back, and that didn't happen. So, this is also the story of why I fucking hate sigil magic. So, sigil magic is it's said to be the most low-effort kind of magic. However, I find that when I do sigil magic, I don't remember that I cast a spell for half the sigil things that I cast for. And when that is the case, I don't remember. And if I don't remember, I don't act on it. So, here's the issue. I made a sigil for it. I charged the sigil. Didn't follow up when it manifested, so my sigil effectively blanked. This is one of the reasons I prefer more high-effort magic, because if I do a candle spell, at least I can throw some amount of emotion in there, so I don't just forget that I cast something and let it pass me by. Moving on. Second one is I actually did a video about this years ago at this point. It is the first time I invoked something in my practice. So here's how this went down. I went and I got Frater Xavier's Planetary Magic course. I wanted to try it out to make sure it worked, and it was a Saturday. I had been doing the LBRH at the time, the unicursal version, which, in case you're not familiar with it, is low-key an invocation of Saturn by itself. It is a invocation of Saturn to banish the planetary influences. I went ahead and I did an invocation of Saturn on the planetary day, in the hour of Saturn, and I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but the first time you do a ritual, or at least the first time I do a ritual, I notice that it is much more effective than subsequent times, unless I'm doing dailies, in which case the dailies will, of course, be more powerful the longer you do them. So this was just supposed to be a one-off ritual. I go ahead and I do the invocation. I start doing the invocation and I hear rumbling chains. And it wasn't the TV or anything. There wasn't a TV on that could be playing something that you would hear rumbling chains and the sound of a dragging coffin on the floor as you hear the cracking of bones as something is moving towards you. So I hear this and my immediate thought was, oh fuck. And I immediately start doing the Saturn banishing. And then I did the unicursal banishing ritual of the hexagram. And the influence started laughing as it started to turn away. Now, keep in mind, this was the first Saturnine ritual I had ever done. This was the first invocation I had ever done. This was the first ritual invocation I had done, and as such, I've learned a lot since then. One of the most important things that I've learned is make sure you know what you're doing. You know, I didn't know that, at least for me personally, rituals are more powerful the first time you do them. I know that now. I've had a lot of Saturnian rituals. Some of them have been very powerful. Some of them have been not so powerful. But this was definitely the one that shocked my system to the point where I actually, pay attention and respect the powers that I'm working with. Because I'll be fully honest, I didn't expect the ritual to go that way. I didn't expect it to be that intense, and I did not expect that the powers would show up as literally death holding a coffin and the rattling chains of the grave. That is not what I expected. What did I expect? I don't know. Was I prepared for what I got? No. Does that happen a lot? It depends on the ritual. But have I learned to adapt to it? Yes. One final note that I want to make clear about the banishing ritual. The reason I heard the laughing was because, in case you're not familiar, the unicursal banishing ritual of the hexagram is low-key an invocation of Saturn. Like, you're low-key invoking Saturn to banish everything. That's why it was laughing, because I was simultaneously trying to push it away, but I'm like, get out of here. But come back, but do this thing, but come back, but get out of here, but leave. So that's what I was doing ritualistically speaking. The final magical mishap that I'm going to talk about in this video is actually kind of a class of magical mishaps. It's called love spells. I have never had a clean, clear-cut manifestation from a love spell for anyone that I know of. I've never seen it fucking happen, except for like one person. That being said, I have seen quite a lot of manifestations of love spells fuck up. I've seen people get, start acting irrationally. I've seen people have like a toxic, karmatic bond. I've seen people go through and think, oh, it's not going to be a big deal, and they end up with, a new circle of friends, basically. But the one love spell that really sticks out to me, and this is less of a love spell and more of a Venerian invocation. Weird that we're going back to an invocation. A long time ago, I did a large-scale invocation of Venus into my life, and I was expecting that it would bring me love. It would bring me love. I would start, feeling that Venerian thing. I would start getting more beautiful, all that kind of thing. What ended up happening is, through a series of events, I got to watch a bunch of people get out of toxic relationships in the most explosive way possible. I got to watch as people's passions and weird on-again, off-again relationships finally met their close. I got to watch as everyone was collectively, if they weren't in a healthy relationship, that relationship was fucking terminated. It was as if the universe itself decided, okay, you want healthy Venus in your life? You want healthy Venerian influence? What we're going to do is we're going to remove all of the toxic. We're going to remove all the toxic, including toxic shit you're not even aware of. So this magical mishap was a expectational one. This happened because I expected one result and I got a completely different, actually the polar opposite result, funny enough. So I look back, and why did I get this result? Well, I went back and I looked at the correspondences of Venus, and I went back and I looked at all of the correspondences associated with the planet, and here's what I learned. Venus is the planetary power of romance and love. And toxic relationships are a corruption of that. So when I was trying to, I was trying to bring love into my life and all that stuff, I found that what ended up happening was the planetary powers came into my life, looked around, and they said, "Oh, no, 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 no. We gotta fix all this. We gotta fix all... This is so fucked. Look at all this garbage. You have no good examples." Rather than actually do the thing I expected, it proceeded to go, bang, just blow up everything. So there you go. And yes, there will be a more detailed love magic mishap story sometime in the future. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day. If you're not having a good day, hope your day gets better. Take it easy.